Hi, I'm Jeff, the developer of StopTheMadness Pro. This video is an introduction to StopTheMadness Pro on iOS, explaining the basics of how to enable and use the extension in Safari. StopTheMadness Pro is a universal purchase for iPhone, iPad, and Mac in the App Store. This video will focus on iOS. I've done a separate video focusing on the Mac. On this iPad, I've already purchased and downloaded StopTheMadness Pro, so I'll press the Open button in the App Store. This opens the StopTheMadness Pro app. You probably won't need to use the app much because most of the functionality of StopTheMadness Pro is in the Safari extension. But you can use the app to export extension settings to a file or import. There's also a convenient shortcut button to get to the Safari extension settings, and I'll press that button, Open in Settings app. This opens the Safari settings, Safari extension settings in the Settings app, and you see StopTheMadness Pro here. To enable StopTheMadness Pro in Safari, just toggle Allow Extension. And if you want to use StopTheMadness Pro in private browsing windows, you can do that too. The final step is to give StopTheMadness Pro permission to access websites. So you want to select all websites under permissions and toggle from Ask to Allow StopTheMadness to access all websites. So now StopTheMadness Pro is enabled and ready to use in Safari. I'll open Safari now. In the Safari address bar, you can see the extensions widget. I'll tap that, and you see your list of Safari extensions, including StopTheMadness Pro. I'll tap StopTheMadness Pro on the list, and this opens the StopTheMadness Pro extension pop-up window with all the settings. And you can see there, StopTheMadness Pro has a lot of different features, and you may become overwhelmed just looking at this pop-up window. But if you ever have any confusion, there are two things to look at. First, there's always documentation that you can look at. So you see here, Get Help with StopTheMadness Pro. I'll tap that. And this opens the website with all the documentation. So you can see here that there's a search field at the top, and there's documentation how to use StopTheMadness Pro, list of known issues, release notes. There's a blog that you can follow. And finally, if you need support, you can contact me. There's an email address. All support is handled personally by me. There's no forms to fill out or layers of bureaucracy. All the emails just go straight to my mail app inbox. And there's also a subreddit. If you're on Reddit, you can ask questions there, and I'm on social media too. Another good way to get help with the options is you can actually tap on the names of the options in this pop-up window. So I'll tap on this, and you can see there's a short little explanation of that option. So all the options have these short little explanations that you can tap and see with a little pop-up. If you want to understand how to use StopTheMadness Pro, the best place to start is with the website pop-up. The current selection in the pop-up button is My Default Options for all websites. So any options that you have enabled in StopTheMadness Pro here will apply to every website that you visit in Safari. And any checkbox that's checked here means that the feature is enabled in StopTheMadness Pro. So all of these features apply to every website that you visit. And you can customize the features. For example, you may want to enable show native video controls and stop auto playing audio and video on all websites. And once you've checked those boxes, then every website that you visit in Safari will have those features enabled. But you may want to customize your options on specific websites. You can do that too. I'll just open an example website, literally example domain. Open the pop-up. If you want to completely exempt a website from StopTheMadness Pro, disable every feature on that website, you can do that with just one tap. Just press the exempt website button. I've tapped that, and now you can see StopTheMadness Pro has automatically created website options for example.org. And you can see every feature of StopTheMadness Pro is now disabled on this website. So it's just one tap, and that disabled it on the website. But you may also want to just tweak your options on a specific website, and you can do that as well. So let's look at another website. Let's open Google News. One thing about Google News is that whenever you tap on a link, they open in a new tab. So I'll tap on this link here, and you can see it opens in a new Safari tab, and you may not like that. Maybe you want to open all links in the same tab, and you can do that with StopTheMadness Pro. So I'll open the extension pop-up, and instead of pressing exempt website, you press add website, and you can see the ellipsis at the end means that there's more configuration to do after you tap the button. So we'll tap the button, and you can see it automatically fills in the domain of the website, newsgoogle.com. The Customize on Platforms pop-up enables you to customize your website options for different platforms and browsers. You see all the choices: Mac, iOS, Chrome, Firefox, Safari. This is especially useful if you sync your settings to all of your devices with iCloud. So then you can have different options for the same website on different devices or in different browsers. But for now, for simplicity, I'll just leave all as the selection and press the save button. So now you can see newsgoogle.com is the selection in the website pop-up. So we have site-specific options for Google News. The next thing you want to look at is the preset pop-up here. Every set of site-specific options is based on a preset. Right here it says disable all options, and it means all options start off disabled. It's kind of like a blank slate, and then you can enable, one or two options if you want. But in this case, we just want to tweak one of the options. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to select my default options for all websites. And you can see now all of these options are enabled. These are the same options that are enabled in my default options for all websites. And you can actually see that if we select this in the website pop-up, you can see these are exactly the same. These checkboxes are the same as when we select this with the my default options for all websites preset. Now for the problem with the links opening in a new tab, we scroll down here and find what are called tab rules. So this controls the behavior of tapping links and opening in tabs. And you can see here under same site links, the default is just to allow the browser to do whatever it wants, which is in this case open a new tab. But you can also force the link into the same tab. That's what we want here, is to force Google News to open all links in the same tab. So we've done that. And now we tap the same link and we can see that it opens in the same tab instead of opening a new tab. So we've stopped that madness. I don't have time to go through every feature of StopTheMadness Pro because that would take forever, but I'll just look at a few things for now. Let's look at another website. Here's ESPN. Now, one very useful feature with StopTheMadness Pro is to hide page elements. So there may be things on the web page that you never want to see that are annoying. And if that happens, then you just tap the hide page element button in the pop-up. And that triggers selection mode. And you can see the screen is actually dimmed a little. The dimming of the screen indicates selection mode. And now you just tap whatever element on the page that you want to hide. And you can see there's an advertising banner near the top here, and I'm going to tap the advertising banner. And tapping the banner brings up a StopTheMadness Pro pop-up. And you choose which page elements to hide. And this pop-up here is actually a list of CSS selectors. So StopTheMadness Pro hides page elements by CSS. And you have various options to choose from. And you may just have to experiment. I mean, it doesn't hurt anything to try different things out. So if I go down here and I'll select Pane Main, well, that's actually too much. We've hidden the entire main content here, so that's wrong. That's not what we want. So we'll try again. And we look right above there and it says Add Banner Wrapper, and that looks more promising. So I'll select that. And that looks like exactly what we want. So if we compare it with what we selected before, if we go up to here, you can see that the ad banner is gone, but there's still empty space where the ad banner used to be. But if you go down and select Add Banner Wrapper, that hides not only the advertisement, but also the space it took up. So looks like we have what we want, so I'll press the Hide button there. And that will hide the page element every time you visit this website, espn.com. And if you look, you open the pop-up, there's a section Hidden Elements here. I'll press that, and you can see that our selection has been automatically added to the list, espn.com Add Banner Wrapper. And you can add your own manually if you want, but it's usually a lot easier just to use the hide page element button and just tap things on the web page. So let me open a story here on ESPN and show you another feature, which is edit tab URL. So if you try to edit the URL in the Safari address bar, that can be very inconvenient. Let me open that up, and you can see the URL is very long and it doesn't even fit in the Safari address bar. So trying to edit that it is awkward at best. But StopTheMadness Pro has a feature called Edit Tab URL, so you press that button there, and it opens the URL in this big page with plenty of space to edit. So you can just edit the URL here. So maybe I just want to open the Major League Baseball page, but I don't want this story. So I'll just do that. I'll delete it. And then there's an open button. And this opens to the Major League Baseball page, as you can see. So that's edit tab URL. Now, the final thing that I'll show you in this brief introduction is iCloud Sync. So this is near the bottom here. There's a section, iCloud section, and there's a checkbox, iCloud Sync. So all we need to do to enable iCloud Sync is to check that checkbox. It's taken a second, and now it says successful sync, last sync time. So now, from now on, any changes that you make in StopTheMadness Pro settings will be synced to all of your devices that also have iCloud Sync enabled. So look closely here. The last sync time, it says 3:40 p.m. Okay. So let's just go up here and change something randomly here. So I've toggled one of the options, and I go back down, and you can see that the last sync time has actually changed, actually advanced. We'll do it one. So it says 3:41 here. So we'll change one more thing. Go back down, and the time is advanced. I'll see if it gets to 3:42. Okay, I'm doing it too fast to actually get it, but you can see it went from 3:41:21 to 3:41:36. So every time you make a change, it's automatically synced by iCloud. You don't need to do anything more with it. And if you ever want to turn off iCloud Sync, you can just uncheck the checkbox there, and iCloud Sync is turned off. Oh, okay, this reminds me. There is some more features that I wanted to show you. You can add your own custom CSS to web pages. For example, here, I'll just enter some simple CSS. It's really no fun to type on an iPad. It's really better if you do this like on your Mac and then use iCloud Sync. But I'll do this right now just for demonstration purposes. So I'm going to set the background color of this website. Background color to orange. Oops. Orange. And there we go. Now all the HTML div elements are orange. We've added our own custom style to the web page. And you can also add your own JavaScript to the web page. So I'll do some very simple JavaScript. Say alert hi. And I'll do that only in the top frame. And there you go. You can see there's now a JavaScript alert on the page that says hi. So we've added our own custom JavaScript to the page, and that JavaScript will run every time you load the page when Stop the Madness is enabled. So that's the introduction, and I hope you found it useful. And again, you can always find more documentation on the website with the link here. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much.